What's up guys, my name is Alan Spurs and welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips that you should absolutely know before starting a new language. If you're new to the channel, I've been learning Korean for 1.5 years and I also just started to learn Tagalog. You can take a look at that video right here. But without further ado, let's get started. So the first tip that you're going to want to think about is how different your target language is from your native one. So for example, I am an English native speaker, so learning languages such as Korean, Chinese, Japanese, or Arabic are very hard for native English speakers to learn just because they have different alphabets, they have different grammar structures, and they also have different tenses when you speak to someone formally or not formally, or when you speak to a friend. Those have different tenses there. So all these things are going to be barriers for you if you were to learn those languages if you are a native speaker. One easy way to figure this out is by looking at these 6 sentences. And so if you translate them from your native language to your target language, you're going to see the grammar structure and how it's different, and also just the order of certain verbs and stuff. So if I were to translate the sentence, I ate the apple, from English to Korean, in Korean it would read, I the apple ate. So you can see that the verb is at the end and it mixes up all these certain things. So that's just one thing to consider. And these 6 sentences are a great starting point to figure that out. And so the second thing you might want to consider is if you're going to be surrounded by native speakers. And of course, it's definitely great to go to that country, live there for a year, and just to be fully immersed in that country's language. But if you're like me and you live in the US or not in that target language country, there are other ways to get around this. So you can first just start by going to random restaurants in that target language, speaking to the waiters, going to a neighborhood where there's a lot more people that speak that language. The second thing is maybe watching shows. So on Netflix, there's a bunch of shows that you could watch with subtitles. And there's actually a plugin that you can enable that has the English and also the target language subtitles, so you can watch both as you're watching.
콘실리엘이다. 마피아에.
I'll put the link in the description down below if you're interested. But that's another way to listen to the language. The third thing is taking lessons on italki. So italki, I love italki. If you like to sponsor me, please sponsor me. But italki is essentially just a website where you can meet with tutors online and meet with them one-on-one, and they just basically just teach you the language. I've been doing that for a year, mostly on Korean, and that's actually helped me a lot. I feel like I have a lot more confidence having basic conversations. I would definitely highly recommend italki. But I think the key here is just to have constant input. If you think about babies and how they learn languages, they don't really sit down and learn languages. They just kind of acquire it from their parents. So just constantly hearing the language and hearing words in different contexts and how they're used is definitely something to do and is key for this. And so the third thing that you should think about before starting a new language is your why. Why do you want to specifically learn this language? For me, learning Tagalog, I really want to be in touch with my own culture, as I am Filipino. And I also just want to speak more to friends and family. Speak to friends and family in the Philippines, or even speak to my parents in Tagalog as well. But I think this is very specific to you and why you specifically want to learn the language. It could just be as simple as I want to watch shows in my target language, or I just want to be able to listen to music and kind of understand what they're saying. And I think that's pretty cool too. But for you, it just has to be enough for you to put in those hours and to actually open the book and start studying. I mean, it's not going to be easy to learn the language if you don't have a strong why. So I think that is one thing that you should definitely think about before starting a new language. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you might also like this other video, my Tagalog learning journey, which will be somewhere here. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.